What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to share some pops that I just added to my collection. I got these not exactly at the same time, but pretty close together. I'm going to start off with some Batman the Animated Series pops. And the first one here, if you know me at all, it's no surprise that I picked this up. We have here the Hot Topic exclusive Diamond Harley Quinn. There is a common version of this one that does not have the diamond paint job, but I just decided to go for this variant of it. I think it's going to look great out of box, and I might actually keep it out of box. I have most of the classic look of Harley Quinn figures together and some statues as well, so this is going to fit in very nicely there. And yeah, this is available at Hot Topic right now. I did actually pick that up in store. And then from Box Lunch, although it's not Box Lunch exclusive, I do have the new Riddler pop. Now, I was actually on the fence about whether or not I wanted to get this one, but once I saw it up close in store, I really did like the look of it with the suit there. And all the pops that I'm showing you in this video, I will be unboxing these towards the end. Now, in the back here, you see that they also have Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul, however you prefer to pronounce it. It is cool that they have him with the mask there, but I've never been like the biggest fan of that character. And when it comes to Batman the Animated Series, my favorite episode that features him, he's actually barely in it. He's in it towards the end. It's actually the Jonah Hex episode. If you know that, Batman the Animated Series, you may remember that particular episode. It was a really good one. But yeah, like I said, Ra's al Ghul shows up at the end of that one. But yeah, he's never been like my favorite villain, so I'm not going to worry about that particular figure there. There's another one from this set that they actually don't show back here. Actually, two more at least, because there's the Killer Croc one that's going to be an exclusive with Funko directly. I think I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for that one. Even though I wish it was in an action pose, I still think I'm going to go for that one. But we also have this deluxe Batman, which is really awesome because this is based on the opening, of course, which I think is really one of the best openings for any animated series and just TV in general. When I think about openings, Batman the Animated Series, that's one that really does stand out. But yeah, this is based on that. So we have Batman up there on the roof. Very iconic look. Definitely makes me automatically think about Kevin Conroy, R.I.P. to him. But let me see the back here. Yeah, it does show the other figures there, the common figures. But yeah, it doesn't show this particular one. But yeah, this is really cool. I knew that I was going to go for this whenever I came across it, so I was pretty happy to see it. And like I said, I got this from Box Lunch as well, the same time that I grabbed the Riddler. But these are common figures over here. So those are what I have for Batman the Animated Series right now. There are some more pops here that I picked up recently that I do want to share with you. So at the same time that I got these from Box Lunch, I also went ahead and grabbed this Dr. Doom from Marvel Rivals. Now, I did play the game a little bit, but I just decided not to really stick with it. I guess I'm more into games right now that have a narrative to them. That's what really interests me, single player narrative or even co-op narrative. I just really like narratives right now. So it's a cool game. I really do like all the Marvel outfits and everything with it, but I just, decided not to stick with it. That's no slight against the game itself. But I thought this was a really awesome looking Dr. Doom, and some of the other Marvel Rivals pops look pretty interesting as well. Like, I may actually get this Magneto later on. I'm not a fan of the Iron Man. I just think the helmet looks really awkward. I think the body is cool, but I don't like the look of that helmet. In fact, some people in general don't like the look of Iron Man in this game. Wolverine is another one I think some people are not crazy about. But the game does have a lot of really cool designs. And like I said, I just wanted to go for this Dr. Doom, and I'm pretty happy with the look of it. And of course, I will be getting that out of box. Like I said, I'm going to unbox everything here. Another figure that I actually ordered through Mercari, because I just wasn't seeing it in the stores. I thought it was going to end up being easy to find, but this is one of my favorite characters from The Boys. We have here Sister Sage. I really love this character. She's very bold. I mean, she's the most intelligent woman, or not just woman. Let me correct myself because she corrects people about this. She's the most intelligent person in the world. Yeah, and there's a lot more to the character, but yeah, I just really loved her in the latest season. And as far as The Boys is concerned, I really don't collect these figures, but I just had to go for this one because I like the character so much. Back there we see Frenchie and Firecracker. Firecracker is just so annoying. Yeah, had to go for this one. And I don't know, maybe at some point I'll at least get a Homelander figure, but I'm just not too worried about collecting a lot with The Boys, even though I do like the series, and I'm definitely looking forward to the final season. So yeah, had to go for her, and I got her at a pretty low price on Mercari. As you might imagine, not highly sought after, but I like the character, so it's not always about what's popular. Now the last figure here, I was actually in Charleston, South Carolina recently, and I went to a comic book shop there. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw some pictures from that shop, and you can check that out if you haven't. But yeah, I saw this one in their case, and I had to go for it because I knew I wanted to get one of these pops at least eventually. So this is a NFT Freddy Funko, and we have here Freddy Funko as Zombie Pirate. And when this Funko Wing set was first revealed, I instantly fell in love with it. I really love the look of these figures here. And it's actually all Freddy Funkos except for one of them. There is a proto, like a zombie proto in the mix as well. And I like the look of all the Freddys. And I like I said, I just wanted to make sure I got at least one of these. I think some of the other ones are higher priced on the second market, so I may not be able to get any more. But if this is the only one I ever have in my collection, I am very much happy with it. Just really love the look of this figure, and it's very cool as well that all the figures in this set glow in the dark. So really looking forward to getting this one out of box and checking out the actual glow. You see it says NFT release 1900 pieces. I don't know if it was all redeemed or not. I don't know what the number ended up being. That's not something I really track, but I think this set was popular if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this is definitely a cool one in the set. I know there are other ones. I think there's like a ninja one, a cowboy one. The cowboy one looks really awesome, and a couple more. But yeah, I'm happy with this one right here. I was very happy, very happy to see it up close. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to unboxing these so we can check them out. And like I said, at the end, we will check out the glow on this figure. Starting off here with Harley Quinn. And the diamond paint job, it's a glitter paint job, so it's just that standard glitter that is not really particular to the red or black side. It's just standard glitter, sort of the white and greenish specks. It looks like there might be some red in the mix there as well, but it's like multicolored glitter that's put onto the red and the black areas here. And I was trying to check to see if there was any stray glitter. I thought there might be at first, but it actually looks pretty clean overall. I do like the pose that she's in, kicking up the back foot there, and they had that stand, of course, going into her back to help her keep that pose. And then instead of her having her mallet or a baseball bat, which in the animated series I don't know if she really used the baseball bat very much, but I think she mainly did stick with the mallet. But here she has the scepter with the jester head there, which is a nice switch up for the character. Now I will say, whenever I look at a glitter paint job, I can't help but think about Queen Bee Customs. They were some of my favorite, custom Funko Pop creators years ago. I don't think they've done anything in many years now. They still have their Instagram account up. Every once in a while, I'll go back and check out some of the work they did. Same with some other custom artists. It used to be a much bigger thing in the Funko community. And then I know there was one major custom artist that got sort of like a cease and desist, basically. And I don't know if that happened with other custom artists or not. But yeah, I used to like that aspect of the collecting community. You don't really see that much anymore. If there are any custom artists, still out there doing their thing with Funko Pops, definitely shout them out. But like I said, I just don't really see it so much with the community. But I did enjoy that aspect of it. And of course, with Queen Bee Customs, they could put a lot of attention into their glitter paint job. So they did really excellent work. Yeah, so definitely shout out to them still. Like I said, you can still check out the work that they did previously on that Instagram account, but I don't think they've posted in years. All right, keeping it moving here, we have this Riddler, which the colors of it are surprisingly muted. I know there's a lot of black on Batman the Animated Series, but as far as the actual colors, I think the colors tended to, really stand out, to really pop. No pun intended, of course. But here, his colors, the green and purple, they are kind of muted. But I still like the look of him here. I've always liked the hat that he wears, the derby hat there. I like the way the mask is done too. And this is something that Funko doesn't always do. But you see, of course, the shading on the eyes. I think that sometimes can make a big difference with the Funko Pop. I like here also the broad shoulders that he had there. It almost looks like he has, shoulder pads in. That is pretty cool as well there. He actually has a handkerchief coming out of the top pocket, which is a nice detail. And this is the Riddler, in a more simple look. He doesn't have question marks all over the place. He just has the one on his tie there. So he actually wouldn't stand out quite as much in public. He does have some outlandish looks, but this is one of the more, kind of, like I said, low-key ones. I like that he has the cane there also. And the cane, can't really tell if it's meant to have the question mark top. I don't think this particular version of Riddler had that. It's just a sort of a regular cane. Little wrinkling there, that makes a difference too with the mold. Just a little wrinkling there on the pants makes it look a little bit more natural. So it's a good mold overall. Like I said, it's just a more muted look for Riddler. I definitely think there are some more standout Riddler Funko Pops that have been done. And then of course we have Batman based on the opening from Batman the Animated Series. I think this was a great idea for them to do this, and I'm glad that we just get the full view of Batman. Like when the lightning strikes, you know, you get that full view of him instead of them trying to do it like a shadow. That might have looked kind of awkward. In fact, there's that Batman figure, it's a comic cover or something, where he's like on a globe, I think, with Batman. Some of you may know what I'm referring to, but there's like shading with that one, and it just looks so awkward to me. It makes it look unfinished. But yeah, this one is pretty awesome. You know, you see the cape there flowing, of course. I like how the buildings come up around him. One thing I'm curious about, though, as I was taking it out, I was like, well, what is this meant to represent here? Is that like where he dropped his smoke bomb or something? Let me know what you think about that. Maybe that's what it's a reference to, because I think in the opening he does use a smoke grenade. So yeah, maybe that's the reference there. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. And you really can't even see it from the front. It's interesting though. But yeah, I really like the look of this, and I do have a section of my collection that is dedicated to Batman the Animated Series. Like I said, I do want to get that Killer Croc, and I still need Clayface. I gotta find Clayface at some point. I wish I had gotten him when he originally released, but maybe I could still track that one down. Yeah, but there are some really awesome pops for Batman the Animated Series. I do like the Two-Face from that series as well. And then check out Dr. Doom here. It's always weird to go from unboxing DC pops to a Marvel pop, because of course this is bobblehead, so I always have to remind myself, like, no, it's not broken, you know, it's just bobblehead as I'm taking it out. But yeah, look at the detailing on this one. This is a really awesome looking Dr. Doom. I hope they can pull off Dr. Doom, you know, in the MCU. I'm a little bit nervous about how that's going to go, but we'll see. Well, he has the collar back there with the fur on it. Got the spikes here on the shoulder pads. Yeah, very cool. I've never been fully clear on what exactly Dr. Doom's powers are. Whenever I try to read a list, it's like just a crazy long list, and I'm like, well, you know, it's tough for me to really kind of feel exactly what his powers are. You know, I don't know. Maybe they'll make that clearer within the MCU. It just seems like he has a really long list of powers, and I don't fully understand what he's all about. I don't know if it's all technology or if there's like some magic involved, what it is with Dr. Doom. I don't know. It seems like there's, you know, obviously different versions of him as well. That makes it a little bit more confusing. But again, this is a really cool looking Dr. Doom pop. One that would have looked even better, of course, if it was glow in the dark. That would have been cool. And then Sister Sage here, kind of a simple design for her. And it's funny because, you know, she has her fist up, whereas she's not really a fighter. You know, she's highly intelligent. And then you have some characters that are very much about fighting, and they just have their hands down at their side, like that Killer Croc pop. I don't understand how they just, you know, choose to pose it sometimes, but I do like that they have her in that pose. It just makes it look more interesting. Okay, I like the texture here with the suit that she's wearing. And of course, she has the actual lenses in there for her glasses. They did really well with the hair sculpt as well. Looks pretty natural for her, and she's got, you know, the brown streaks going on. So yeah, very true to the character. Like I said, I really enjoyed her. I'm looking forward to seeing where things go with her in the next season. And just looking forward to that season in general. And then here we go. Freddy Funko as a zombie pirate. So awesome. I'm so happy that I have this in my collection now. Look at all the detail going on with it. You know, on the pirate hat here, we have like the moss or whatever you want to call it there hanging down. Of course, got to have the skull and crossbones there. He's still got his Freddy Funko freckles going on there. That's the main thing that makes it obvious it's him. That and, of course, the hair color. Yeah, they did a great job with the goatee and the sculpted mouth. Yes, his outfit is kind of tattered, very fitting there. I like too how the sleeves coming from the shirt, you know, the undershirt there coming through. And of course the rib cage exposed. That's pretty awesome. And he also does have, of course, the Funko crown there on his belt. You see here that his foot is on that treasure chest. Yeah, a lot of great detail with this figure. Very happy with this one. If I were to get another one from this collection, I think the Cowboy is my next favorite one, but I can't remember all of them. There might be a Knight as well Yeah, I can't remember the full set, but yeah, these are some really awesome looking pops. Like I said, if I could get any more, I would go for them. I don't know what the prices are looking like though. I may have to look around, but it was very nice to actually come across this one in a shop. And yeah, to wrap things up here, I will go ahead and show you all the glow on this figure. All right, I'm getting the figure charged up here, and it looks like it's just going to be the blue of the skin that is going to glow. And blue doesn't always glow like really strong, or it might fade quickly. Green is always like the best, basically. Actually, white glows really well also. Yeah, white and green glow very well, and I know that from having a good number of glow in the dark pops. But yeah, this blue doesn't work as well sometimes, so we'll see how it ends up working out. But yeah, I see the hands charging up, I see the face charging up, and I think that's going to be it. I don't think the yellow of the hat or the yellow of the eyes glow. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at it. That should be enough of a charge. It actually glows pretty well. Let's see if it starts fading real fast. Actually, it's holding up pretty well. And it actually does work pretty well to not have the eyes glowing, because that does give it kind of a sinister look there, actually. And it glows so well, you can actually see it reflecting onto the sword there some. Maybe that's picking up on camera. If I had one critique with it, you let me know what you think about this glow, of course, but I think it would have been nice if the actual skeleton beneath had some glow to it. And I know, of course, that doesn't match up with the skin, you know, it's white, but still, I mean, white can glow very well, so that would have been nice detailing to have that glow also. But I'm pretty happy with it overall. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, I mean, whenever I get a new Freddy Funko, it kind of makes me want to look for more. So, I'll see what the prices are looking like on the second market. But I'm definitely not going, like, you know, crazy high with the, you know, price for a figure like this. I'm definitely not paying triple digits for something like this. There are some other NFT figures I wouldn't mind having in my collection. I think my number one actually would be Scarecrow from the Dark Knight, you know, trilogy. That would be very awesome to have, but that one I think has been pretty pricey on the second market, so I don't know if I'll be able to get that or not. And I mean, technically I could, but it's just, you know, I have to kind of limit myself on what I'm willing to spend on one pop. I don't never want to get, you know, that to get out of hand, basically. But yeah, let me know what you think about this figure here and what you think about this set. Do you have any from this set, or are there any other NFT pops that you have added to your collection recently? And just let me know what you think about this haul in general, what you think about the figures that I shared. Also, let me know what you've seen in stores recently. I'm always interested in that, because my stores are very hit or miss. Sometimes I don't think they get everything that's actually new out. So yeah, like I said, let me know what you have been seeing in stores recently. And thank you all so much for taking the time to check this out. And I will talk to you all again real soon.